The following presentation is a live sports broadcast from JoeInsider.com.
And we welcome you live on this Wednesday afternoon to Comstock High School, where coming up we have some boys soccer. The Comstock Colts hosting the Parchment Panthers. Jordan Slocum with you for JoeInsider.com, and even though it's October 3rd, summer's back. At least it feels like it. Temperature in the low to mid 80s. You can hear the wind at about 15 to 20 miles per hour blowing into the goal to my left. And I am outside today because the heat has also awoken some wasps near the press box, so I decided to stay away from that whole situation. Winner of this match, this match has implications for the BCS Red Division standings. A win or a draw for Comstock would clinch them the conference championship. If Parchment wins this game, these teams would be co-champions. And also, if Parchment wins and Berrien Springs wins their game, we could have a three-way tie for that top spot. As Comstock 4-0 within the BCS Red, Parchment and Berrien Springs both at 3-1, Bridgman 2-2, and then Brandywine and Buchanan both are 0-4. Berrien Springs playing Bridgman today as well. Overall, Comstock at 8-6-1, Parchment at 4-9-1. Let's take a look at the starters first for the visiting Panthers. They are coached by Jared Cohen in his second year at the helm. Starting in goal is Dante Rizzolo. Defenders are Syed Mustafa, Joseph Wilson Stewart, Jacob Zapata, and Henry Knapp. In the midfield, James Gilbert, Antonio Williams, Elias Mueller, and Justin Eubank. And at forward, Nathan Gardner and Tristan Hernandez. Switching to Comstock, coached by Justin Ansel. In goal is Logan Hicks. Defenders are Kyle Mortimer, Brandon Willis, Dalton Wilkins, and Marcus Cannon. In the midfield, David Thomas, Fernando Placencia, Alex Kish, and Teague Rolchin. And at forward, Alex Petoff and Evan Veenheis. Last season, the Panthers had a 2-0 lead at halftime in their meeting at Parchment, but Comstock rallied in that game and won 3-2. And the group of Colts seniors are a perfect 3-0 against the Parchment seniors. The last time the Panthers won this soccer matchup was back in 2014. Some conference stuff at stake in this contest. For Parchment, the home team, they are in the Carolina blue jerseys with some white striping on the front. Black number on the front and back with a white outline for them, and the goalkeeper Hicks in the aqua blue and highlighter green getup. On the other side for Parchment, they're in the white shirts with the black shorts and the black numbers on the front and back, and their goalkeeper Rizzolo in a faded highlighter green and blue top himself. So as we get set to get this one underway, glad to have you on board here on this Wednesday and invite you to go to JoeInsider.com for everything going on in Kalamazoo, St. Joseph, and Cass County sports. Here in the first half, Parchment will be going left to right. I'm on the near side, the benches on the close side to where I'm at here. Natural grass field at Comstock, and Parchment will have the opening touch. Nathan Gardner and Tristan Hernandez waiting in the center circle as Comstock getting fired up by their bench before they take to the field and get in position. Colts trying to claim the BCS Red Championship for the third consecutive year. If they can come away with a win or draw in this contest. Big rivalry week between these two nearby rivals and conference rivals. The volleyball teams also facing off today here at Comstock. That has a 6 o'clock varsity start. And then on Friday, these schools will meet on the gridiron for week 7 of the high school football season as well. So a heavy Comstock v. Parchment week here to start off the month of October. Officials in yellow, they give the opening whistle, and we are underway here on this warm Wednesday from Comstock High School. Parchment taps it back to the center line, but that gets rejected. Panthers on the edge of their defensive third. They tap it into the center circle, but Willis will steal it away there, and Comstock will take hold of the ball. Dalton Wilkins taps it back to Willis. Battle in the center circle. Mueller trips over the ball for Parchment, but he's still able to disrupt things enough for the Panthers to reclaim it on the edge of their defensive third. Panthers to get to the center line. Nathan Gardner, the sophomore, also part of basketball program, tried a through ball to the edge of the attacking third, but that got denied, and it's booted toward the attacking third for Comstock by Kish. Kish brings it in front of the bench, pops it through to the box looking for Veenhuis, but a defender able to keep it away from him. Good work by Joseph Wilson Stewart, one of the few seniors and varsity returners for Parchment. Minute in, no score. Ball near center on the far side. Panthers have it over by their bench. Henry Knapp, or by the Comstock bench. All Knapp can do is kick it out of play. So the Colts will get a throw in about 50 yards from the near corner. Tossing it into play will be Wilkins, the sophomore, who's also a basketball player, standing in at 6'4". Comstock gets it into the attacking third. In the middle of the grass, 35 yards from the net. Veenhuis taps it to Placencia. Tried to get it back to Veenhuis, but just off the mark, and that allows Parchment to bring it to midfield. 2 minutes in, Panthers really past midfield for the first time. They pop it ahead looking for Eubank. He's swarmed by 3 defenders, but Tristan Hernandez able to pick it up on the back end. He's about 45 yards from the net in front of the Parchment bench. Passes it through for Eubank. 2 defenders swarm him as Eubank comes to the near edge of the box. Eubank jostling with Willis. Eubank backpedals toward the corner, taps it toward the 18. It gets tipped away by Kish. Eubank reclaims it though for Parchment, trying to get the first shot of the game. Colts clear it to the edge of the defensive third. Ends up right in front of the Parchment bench, and Veenhuis is going to power his way for the ball. Now Veenhuis has 4 or 5 defenders with him, but he's going to try to get something here to the near edge of the box. He goes to the near post, shoots, and he'll earn a corner kick as it deflects off of Wilson Stewart. And Evan Veenhuis, one of the most dangerous scoring threats in the area. He has 36 goals on the season. Last year, he had 52. So even with 4 or 5 defenders swarming him, you know he could still get the job done. Corner kick will come from the near side. We've played just over 3 minutes here from a warm and windy Comstock. And the wind is blowing into this goal right now pretty severely at 15 to 20 miles per hour. So we'll see how that affects things. Standing over at the corner are Kish and Placencia. We'll see if they actually do pop it up or if they just lightly tap it ahead. They will just tap it to Kish. Kish brings it into the box near side to the 18, Placencia, but it's knocked off his foot by Henry Knapp, and opportunity thwarted by Parchment. The senior Knapp knocks it to midfield over at the far side. Gardner will secure it there for the Panthers. Knocked off Gardner's foot by Kyle Mortimer at the far side, but Mortimer loses it out of play. It'll be a throw-in for Parchment. Jordan Slocum with you, JoeInsider.com. 4 minutes in, we have no score. BCS Red positioning on the line as Parchment brings it into the attacking third off the throw-in. Hernandez has to retreat about 40 yards from the net at the far side. Then a hard collision and a foul will go against Teague Rolchen. So the free kick will come for Parchment. It's over at the far side, a few yards away from the far touchline and 38 yards from the goal line. Elias Mueller boots it all the way to the penalty spot on the fly. It bounces once and into the hands of the keeper, Hicks. They were trying to get Eubank on the charge, but no luck. First shot opportunity, though, for the Panthers as we're scoreless through about 5 minutes. A win or a tie for Comstock wins them the BCS Red division. A Parchment win makes them co-champions with Comstock and also potentially Berrien Springs if they beat Bridgman. 5 minutes complete. Here come the Colts into the attacking third. Kish, the sophomore, looks for a through ball to Veenhuis, but his touch too strong. It'll go out for a Parchment throw-in at the near corner. Panthers in the white and black, Colts in the Carolina blue, white and black. As the throw-in gets deflected out by the Colt bench, and that switches it to a Comstock toss about 35 yards from the goal line. Thrown in toward the arc. Good defensive work to get it out of danger by Elias Mueller. He tries a long through ball, hoping for Tristan Hernandez, but the defenders easily keep it away from him. Colts inside the center circle. Alex Patov, freshman from Bulgaria. Try to get it back to Willis, but that's intercepted by Eubank. 6 minutes in, no score. Ball on the Colt logo in the center of the grass. Comstock misplays the pass off of Kish's foot for a Parchment throw. Gets thrown over to the Parchment bench and rolls out there for a Comstock throw-in. 6 minutes complete. Colts try a through ball. The clear is whiffed on, so Parchment has to kick it out for a Comstock throw-in about 20 yards from the corner. The senior Willis will be the one who tosses it in. Throws it into the near edge of the box, tap back to Willis. Centering pass gets rejected. Colts reclaim it, Patov, and we have a whistle. It'll be Parchment ball. I think we had an illegal throw. So Parchment will throw it back into play over by the Comstock bench. No score through 7 minutes. Panthers come midfield. Hernandez tries to get it through to Eubank, but off the mark. Comstock gets a throw in by the Panther bench. It's a warm and windy Wednesday. Feels like summer again, even though it's October 3rd. Mid-80s, mostly blue skies. Wind blowing into the goal, currently defended by Comstock. Or excuse me, the goal defended by Parchment, I should say. The goal Comstock is attacking. They try a through ball to Wienhuis, but can't get it to him. Notably, there are, again, 4 or 5 defenders all back right around Wienhuis. They know he's a threat, and they're going to try to shut him down. We stay scoreless through about 8 minutes. Punted to midfield by the goalkeeper, Rizzolo. Colts still trying to get their first shot on goal of the game. 40 yards from the net. Clear missed by Wilson Stewart, so Thomas taps it ahead for Comstock. But Knapp able to keep it away from Wienhuis and boot it to midfield for Parchment. Now Hernandez trying to beat Wilkins at midfield, but Wilkins wins the battle. Hernandez battling back, trying to get it. Feisty effort by the sophomore, but Comstock wins the battle. Near the edge of the attacking third goes David Thomas. Thomas tries a through ball toward the arc. Again, they were looking for Wienhuis, but that got deflected by Henry Knapp. Colts reclaim it on the edge of the attacking third. Rolls through everybody and into the box harmlessly to the hands of the junior keeper, Rizzolo. No score through 9 minutes. Punted to midfield by Rizzolo. Comstock 8-6-1 overall. Parchment 4-9-1 as the Panthers try a through ball. Comstock has to kick it out over by the Parchment bench area. So a throw in for the Panthers about 35 yards or so from the goal line. Knapp will throw it in. Tosses it to Hernandez toward the near edge of the box. Hernandez trying to fake out his defender. Has it along the 18. Now he taps it back 5 yards. The cross by Knapp over to the far edge of the box. Mueller keeps it in play over by the far corner. Now he goes into the box along the goal line, shoots from a bad angle, and it will go out for a goal kick. Not a whole lot you can do when you're taking that shot from that severe of an angle, as Comstock will bring Fernando Torres and Hayden Haskins into the match. Torres and Haskins both freshmen. No score, 10 minutes complete here from Comstock. Jordan Slocum with you, JoeInsider.com. Again, a big rivalry week between these teams. Also playing volleyball today here at Comstock, and then back on this field Friday for week 7 of the football season. Off the goal kick, Colts get to the center line. Only one shot so far for Comstock, 2 for Parchment. Panthers trying to get their first win over the Colts on the pitch since 2014. Comstock into the attacking third. Patov brings it down the middle. He tries a shot from about 35 yards out. If this was Friday night, that'd be 3 points, but it sails over the soccer goal and through the football uprights for a goal kick. Panthers bring Keegan Bolter into the match. He's a freshman, replacing Nathan Gardner. "11 minutes complete, no score." The goal kick gets deflected back to the Colts, and then Veenhuis able to tap it around the keeper at the penalty spot. And just like that, out of nowhere, as a bee lands on my arm and freaks me out, it's a goal for Veenhuis. With 28:45 to go here in the first, Comstock strikes first.
Comstock goal scored by number 16, Evan
Veenhuis,
assisted by number 24, Alex Adams.
his 37th goal of the season with the assist from Patoff. And we'll see if that ends up being a costly mistake for Parchment. 1-0 Comstock. Colts steal it away as it's put back into play as well. Going right to left, the Carolina blue, white and black, the white and black for Parchment. Comstock into the attacking third over by the far edge of the box. Eubank kicks it out of play, so the Colts will get a throw in about 30 yards from the corner far side. Willis will throw it into play. Trapped along the far touch line. Another throw in for Comstock, coming for Willis. Tossed into the box, headed out of the box. Good touch by Mueller to get it to the edge of the third, but Comstock steals it back away. 30 yards from the net, Willis. In the middle of the grass, he retreats with possession. Taps it to his left to Haskins, looking back for Willis, but Knapp gets in the way, and back to midfield goes Parchment. 1-0 Comstock. We've played just over 12 and a half minutes. Parchment got past center. Comstock able to take it back over at the far side. Colts into the attacking third. 40 yards from the net, middle of the grass. Thomas. Nice steal by Eubank to rip it away from him. Parchment takes the ball. 13 minutes complete, 1-0 in favor of Comstock. Colts steal it away. Back into the attacking third they go. Parchment pops it up, can't clear it out. Touch too strong, though, from Placencia over by the near corner, and Parchment will get a throw in 15 yards from the corner. Throw in intercepted by Placencia. Haskins at the 18 for Comstock. Centering pass toward the arc for Patoff, taps it ahead. Disrupted, though, by Mueller, and no shot try. Parchment will advance the other direction. Looking for the through ball, but that is denied by the Comstock back end, and they clear it to midfield. Just about 14 minutes complete, a 1-0 Comstock lead, with the Colts needing a win or a tie to secure their third consecutive BCS Red championship. Knocked out at the far side. It'll be a Parchment throw-in on the edge of the defensive third for them. Warm day, mid-80s. Wind dying down a little bit. Feels like summer. Ball inside the center circle. Now Comstock secures it. They take it ahead. Patoff battling with Mueller 40 yards from the net. Has to retreat with it to Placencia. Strong tackle by Mueller knocks it off the foot of Mortimer, but Comstock still has the throw-in right in front of their bench. Willis throws it into play. It's tapped back to him. Now Willis takes it over near edge of the box. Centering pass, clear is whiffed upon, and Parchment ends up losing it out of play for a corner kick. Wind starts to pick up. Again, that wind blowing into the net, which Parchment is defending, which would make a corner kick a bit more tenuous than it would normally be. Placencia, the senior, is an honorable mention all-conference selection. He will take the corner, pops it up high in the air to the far post, goes over everybody's head over to the far corner, and it will go out untouched for a Parchment throw-in on the far side. (1-0) Comstock through 15.5 minutes. Ball goes to midfield, and Parchment will get a throw-in. Jordan Slocum with you, JoeInsider.com. Head there for everything going on in Kalamazoo, St. Joseph, and Cass County sports. Next broadcast, more soccer tomorrow. One of the gold bracket semifinals in the SMAC tournament. It'll be the Crosstown Showdown, Portage Central, Portage Northern. Read the preview for that at JoeInsider.com. A lot of good stuff also coming up next week. And then Friday, high school football week 7. I'll have Battle Creek Central and Portage Northern, and we'll also have the big Three Rivers Edwardsburg showdown. Both of those games you can listen live this Friday. At midfield, Comstock steals it away. Back to the attacking third they go, as they've really controlled things the last few minutes. But Wilson Stewart able to bring it out of danger for Parchment. Going left to right in the white and black. 1-0 Comstock off the goal by Veenhuis in the 12th minute. Colts boot it forward. They try to get it to Veenhuis at the far edge of the box. Goalkeeper tries to slide. Veenhuis able to get a shot off. Save made at the far post by the defender Knapp. And Parchment clears it out of play for a Colt throw-in. Rizzolo came out of his goal to try to cut off Veenhuis. Veenhuis is able to keep the ball and get a shot off, but a save made by a defender at the far post keeps it a 1-0 game. And again, Parchment, it's not like they don't have multiple guys around Veenhuis. He's just that dangerous of a threat offensively. Score remains 1-0 as Comstock pops it into the box. Played off the body of Knapp at the arc, which allows for a Parchment clear. Kept in the attacking third, though, by Comstock. Second clear attempt gets it to midfield, but throw-in will go for Comstock near side at midfield. Mortimer, in front of the bench, taps it to the middle of the grass for Patov. Thomas tries to tap it through to Veenhuis. Kept away from him. Header on the second try, kept away as well. Knapp clears it toward midfield. Wynn catches the ball, though, and it goes out at the Comstock bench. 18 minutes in, 1-0 Colts. They have it in front of the bench, Placencia. 30 yards from the net, the near side. Centers it to Thomas in the middle of the grass. Thomas takes it forward, taps it to the arc for Veenhuis, but the pass just off the mark, and it will harmlessly roll to the goalkeeper, Rizzolo. It remains 1-0. Rizzolo also part of the track and field team and handles kicking and punting duties for Parchment football team. So he'll be back on this grass in 2 days for the football showdown. As will Evan Veenhuis, who had a big game-winning field goal a few weeks ago for Comstock against Galesburg Augusta on the gridiron. Battle at midfield, 1-0 Comstock through 19 minutes. Colts finally win the possession. Along the far side. Out of play. It'll be a throw-in for Comstock, about 40 yards from the corner. Tossed in along the far side. The clear gets blocked by Patov. Rolls to the arc. Gilbert kept it away from him. Comstock gets it back, though. They pop it into the box for Veenhuis near the penalty spot. 2 defenders in front of him, but he still has the ball. Make it 4 or 5 defenders. Finally passes it off to Torres. Torres pops it back toward the near post. Has an open look for Kish at the penalty spot. 2 or 3 defenders get in front of him. Kish gets the shot off, and Rizzolo makes the save at the post. That was nice work by Parchment to just keep so many bodies in front of them that he could never really get a clean look off. And by the time they did, Rizzolo was able to get in position to make his save. We're halfway through the first, a 1-0 lead still for Comstock. And about the last 10 minutes or so, Parchment have not been able to get anything going offensively. Ball over at midfield. Now Parchment wins it. Here's something for them. Hernandez charges ahead to the far edge of the box. Hernandez has it knocked off his foot, though, by Brandon Willis. Panthers still with it in the attacking third, though. Eubank over toward the far edge of the box. Eubank centering pass to Hernandez near the 18. He tries to retreat with the ball, and a handball will go against Comstock just outside of the box. It's in line with the far edge of the box. It's 28, 27 yards from the goal line. Can Parchment get the equalizer? Taking it will be the sophomore Hernandez. Wind is in his face at the moment. It's died down for the time being. Hernandez shoots for the net far post, and Hicks scoops it up. Would have been wide of the net, but Hicks scoops it up anyway at the far post. 1-0 Comstock. They punt it to midfield. Knapp able to keep it away from Veenhuis, but Placencia takes it back at center. Kish centers it 35 yards in the middle looking for Patov. He has 2 or 3 defenders swarm him. Clear attempt, didn't get all of it, did Mustafa. Second effort, though, gets rid of it for the Panthers from Brown. Colts pop it back, though, into the attacking third. Patov wins the battle against Gilbert. Taps it back to Kish 40 yards out. Kish tries a through ball to Veenhuis, hits off his back and deflects away from him over by the bench. But again, the clear can't get it out of complete danger. Knocked out near side. It'll be a Comstock throw-in in front of the bench. 1-0 Comstock through 22 minutes. And a bad throw-in, or rather Willis's throw-in was fine, but it went up right off of Patov and out of play, so Parchment gets a throw-in. Again, Comstock, if they get a win or a tie, they would secure the conference title for the 3rd straight year. A Parchment win would make these teams co-champions. And in that scenario, there is also the possibility for a 3-way tie, depending on Berrien Springs Bridgman game. Not a great throw-in, though, by Parchment. Switches it over to Comstock in front of the Panther bench.
Number 19, T. Wilson.
Rolchin, starting midfielder, comes back in, replacing Kish for Comstock through 23 minutes. Colts with a record of 8-6-1, Parchment 4-9-1. Both of these teams are in the same district. Coming up here in a few weeks as the Colts try to get a through ball. Rolls all the way to the far corner. Parchment gets there first. Can't get it completely out of the defensive third. .30 yards to the net, the far side, Kish. Off to Placencia. Placencia taps it toward the near side for Rolchen. Over to the penalty spot, Veenhuis. 2 or 3 defenders in front of him. Veenhuis still gets a shot off, but he sails it over the net and through the football uprights for a goal kick. Now, Comstock fans would be okay seeing that type of kick on Friday, as Haskins is back in for Comstock. 24 minutes have been played. Comstock 1, Parchment 0 off the Veenhuis goal in the 12th minute. It's a 3-2 Colt win when these teams met last year, as Parchment gets it past midfield but loses it out of play at the far side. Coming up at halftime, well, this week in high school sports from the MHSAA. Hope you stick around for that. Look at the upcoming schedule as well. Unofficially, I've got shots on goal 3-1 and overall shots 6-3 in favor of the Colts. They're going right to left in the all light blue, the black and white. Parchment in the white and black. Officials in yellow. Both goalkeepers wearing a combination of blue and light green. Colts have it over by their bench. Kish, 40 yards from the goal line in the middle of the grass. Gets around Hernandez, taps it ahead to Placencia. Now Veenhuis takes it to the arc. Nice behind the back pass to Thomas at the near post. Two defenders get in front of him. Thomas gets through him, takes a shot, takes a funny curve, and deflects off of a Panther for a corner kick. Beautiful pass, but again, Parchment getting in the way enough to prevent a clean look. But Comstock will get their third corner of the match with a chance to make it a multi-goal game. Corner from the near side for Fernando Plasencia. Pops it up high in the air over to the far post. Wienheis header popped up and ends up just over the net, out of play. It remains 1-0 with 26 minutes complete. Actually, they're going to give it a corner kick. As they say, it hit off the keeper before it deflected out of play. So the corner will come on the far side. Plasencia will be the one who takes it. Left-footed strike, a line drive, and Rizzolo makes the stop at the post. As mentioned, these teams in the same district. The district host is South Haven, although the first round games will be at different sites. Parchment hosting their first round district game on Monday the 15th against Fenville, and Comstock making the trip to Paw Paw. For these teams to have a rematch, they'd have to get to the district final. Easier said than done looking at the field. Comstock back into the attacking third once again. They've really controlled possession. Apart from about the first 5 minutes or so, it's been all Comstock. Thomas takes it to the arc. Off to Wienheis, tries to pass it back to Thomas, but Williams able to keep it away. Partial clear, but the Colts have it back by the bench. Rolchen's cross gets deflected. Plasencia gets it back, pops it into the box, headed out of the box. Popped up high in the air. Patoff keeps it in the attacking third, about 40 yards from the net. Now Comstock retreats a bit. 1-0 Colts, about 28 minutes played. Pop toward the 18 for Thomas, back to Plasencia near the arc. To his left for Rolchen. Rolchen, back to Plasencia, back to Rolchen near side. Keeps it from going out. 15 yards from the corner, tries a cross, deflected to the 18. Thomas picks it up there, inside the arc. Thomas tries a shot. Rizzolo makes the stop at the far post. It would have been wide of the net had Rizzolo not jumped on top of it. We enter the 29th minute with a 1-0 lead for Comstock off the Wienheis goal. Looking at the rest of that district, the winner of Parchment Fenville takes on either Allegan or South Haven, and the winner of Comstock Paw Paw would play either Otsego or Delton Kellogg. I think right now I'd probably put Otsego as the overall favorite of that bunch. Here comes Parchment into the attacking third. Through ball, too far in front, and Hicks will scoop it up before Bolter can get there, as we have Plasencia down inside the center circle. Might just be cramping with the heat, and now he's up and it looks like he'll be okay. After a couple days last week where it felt like, hey, we actually are going to be in the fall. Today feels like the summer, feels like that first week of the season. Temperature in the mid-80s. Will be a goal kick here for Hicks. 11:27 to go in the first. 1-0 Comstock over Parchment. And Hicks will actually not be the one who takes this kick. They will let Cannon do it. And Cannon, using his leg like a cannon, get it past midfield on the fly. Rolchen gets it for the Colts. Fends off a challenge. Thomas into the attacking third in front of the Comstock bench. Heads to the middle of the grass. Tries a through ball. Too far through. Harmlessly rolls to Rizzolo. 1-0 Comstock. Again, a rivalry week between these two schools. Volleyball squads meeting today as well here at Comstock, and then the football team is facing off on Friday on this same grass. Ball goes out at midfield off of a Colt. It'll be a Parchment throw-in. Parchment had some success in the first few minutes, but really since then it's been all Comstock in terms of opportunities. But Hernandez tries to change it as he comes into the attacking third, takes a shot, but it's right to the center, and Hicks makes the save. Still, that's their first shot on goal since the first 2 or 3 minutes. Remains a 1-0 Comstock lead through 30 minutes. Colts past midfield. Down the middle goes Thomas, pops it into the box looking for Wienhuis, but Rizzolo will win the race before Wienhuis gets there. So we've played 30 full. Coming up at halftime, we'll have This Week in High School Sports from the MHSAA. Hope you stick around for that. Jordan Slocum with you, JoeInsider.com. Head there for everything in Kalamazoo, St. Joseph, and Cass County sports. Here come the Panthers into the attacking third. Eubank into the box, 2 defenders with him, and it's knocked off his foot by Cannon, but Cannon can't keep it from going out of play, so Parchment will have the throw in about 20 yards from the corner. This might be one of the best opportunities they'll have all game to get that equalizer. Knapp will be the one who throws it in. Wind picking up. It is in the face of the Panthers. They fling it toward the box, headed out of the box. Parchment keeps it just outside the arc. Brown, but a nice steal by Thomas, and Parchment has the opportunity thwarted. Colts get to the center circle, but it's kicked away. Comstock reclaims it, though. They boot it toward the attacking third. Defender clears it away from Wienhuis. 1-0 Comstock through 31 minutes. Parchment gets it to the edge of the attacking third. Hernandez takes it to the arc. 2 or 3 defenders in front of him. Hernandez gets inside the box, takes a shot right at Hicks, who makes the save. Just got to get shot tries, but when you shoot it directly at the keeper as good as Hicks is not going to let one of those get by, even though he's only a sophomore. I've got both teams even with 3 shots on goal, though, after those last 2 from the Panthers. Ball at midfield, 1-0 Comstock. We've played 32 of a scheduled 80 minutes. Back and forth at midfield. All of a sudden, Parchment showing something here the last few minutes offensively. Back to the attacking third they go. Mueller able to fend off the defender. He brings it to the arc, tries a shot, and Hicks makes the save at the near post. But if you're Coach Jared Cohen, you're happy with what you're seeing in the last 3 or 4 minutes from your Panthers. Just get shots on goal. Comstock gets it to midfield. Thomas, 50 yards from the net, tries a through ball for Wienhuis, rolls into the box. Wienhuis, good tackle by Rizzolo, though, keeps it off of Wienhuis' foot, and Rizzolo dives on top of it. That was a tremendous play by the junior goalkeeper. Strong, clean challenge. Remains 1-0 Comstock through 33 minutes. At midfield, Mortimer battling with Hernandez, and Mortimer uses the size advantage to win. Comstock loses it, though, out the near midfield line. Throw-in comes for the Panthers. Knapp will throw it in. Toward the edge of the attacking third, popped up in the air by Comstock. Headshot to Haskins. Parchment can't get around him, though, so a throw-in will come to Comstock near midfield on the far side, as they bring Fernando Torres in for Rolchin. Syed Mustafa back in for the Panthers, replacing James Gilbert. 34 minutes complete, 1-0 Comstock. The lone goal coming in the 12th minute from Wienhuis with the assist to Patoff. Patoff gets the throw into him. Popped forward by Kish. Deflects off of Thomas. Colts keep it 45 yards from the net. Mortimer swarmed by 3 white shirts. Somehow able to keep possession through all of that. Get some help now from Thomas. Thomas to the middle of the grass, 35 yards out. He stops there with the ball. 1 defender with him. Now a second. Tries to knock it off his foot. Forces a retreat, and Elias Mueller makes Thomas retreat all the way back to midfield. Good work by the senior defender. Pop back forward by Comstock. Now into the attacking third goes Patoff. Down the middle of the grass, 30 yards from the net. Patoff passes to Wienhuis to his right, but Wienhuis wasn't quite expecting it, and that allows Brown to pop it high in the air for a clear. 5 minutes remain in the first half, 1-0 Comstock. Panthers charging the other way. Eubank into the attacking third on the far side. Eubank 30 yards from the net. Goes to the middle of the grass. Passes into the box. Rolls to the far corner trying to get to Hernandez. Hernandez, 1 defender with him. Into the box far side. Hernandez heads to the penalty spot. Takes a shot and sails it just over the net for a goal kick. He managed to fit that shot above the soccer crossbar, but underneath the football crossbar. That's actually kind of hard to do. Not a whole lot of room to do it. Coming up at halftime, we'll have This Week in High School Sports from the MHSAA. Hope you stick around for that. We'll look at the upcoming broadcast schedule. So we're into October. Soon enough, the postseason will get underway for soccer teams. Next week, the final week of the regular season. Hard to believe we're already that far along, as Parchment has to kick it out at midfield, so Comstock will get a throw-in. Thrown in over by the bench. Stolen away, though, by Parchment. Patoff able to harass it back, but numbers not on his side. Panthers, though, their touch goes out of play at the far side. Another throw in at midfield for Comstock. 3:30 remains in the first half. Colts 1, Panthers 0. Throw in goes out, and a throw in on the other side for Parchment. Thrown into midfield. Panthers able to tap it ahead. Along the far side goes Hernandez into the attacking third. Hernandez tries a centering pass for Eubank. A bit off the mark, but he's able to retreat with it. Over by the Panther bench. Nice steal away by Kish to clear it out. 2 or 3 defenders trying to keep it away from a charging Wienhuis, and they're able to do so. Back at midfield, Comstock takes it. Here comes Thomas into the attacking third. Leaves it to Wienhuis. Tried the behind-the-back pass. Got deflected back to Wienhuis. Tapped over to Kish in front of the Colt bench with 2:35 to go. Across toward the arc looking for Patoff. Gets rejected by the Panthers. Colts stay in the attacking third. Torres gives it to Placencia. Pops it to the 18 for Thomas. Thomas can't corral it. And it's cleared away by Knapp. All the way to midfield where Comstock will pick it back up. Big boot goes into the box on the fly for Cannon. It's mishandled by Rizzolo. Ends up falling on it, but he's out of play when he did, so it should be a corner kick. And that wind blowing in the face of the keeper made it a little bit more tenuous for Rizzolo to try to grab that ball. 5th corner of the match for Comstock with 2 minutes to go in the first half. And they'd love to have that multi-goal lead heading into the break. Placencia to take the corner from the far side. Left-footed strike. And Rizzolo bobbles it at the far post. Now he dives on top of it. He was lucky that the bodies that were near him were his teammates. One of them went to clear it and almost kicked their keeper. But Rizzolo able to grab the cross and keep the 1-0 game. Comstock back at midfield toward the attacking third. Over near the far side, Parchment whiffs on a clear. Second effort gets it about 40 yards from their own goal. Comstock tries a through ball, rolls slowly toward the near corner, and will slowly roll out for a goal kick for Parchment.
1 minute remaining to play in this half.
Final minute of the first half, 1-0 Comstock. Now, Comstock's controlled the possession, but the overall shots are fairly close to even because Parchment had that barrage of a couple opportunities within about a 5-minute stretch. Wind in the face of Rizzolo, so his goal kick doesn't go too terribly far. Middle of the grass. Kish causing some trouble for Parchment. They steal it away. Over to the far edge of the box, Wienhuis. Wienhuis has 3 or 4 defenders in front of him, tries to fake them out to the penalty spot, gets a shot off, but he sails it over the net for another goal kick with 20 seconds to go. Believe it or not, I actually have the shots on goal led by Parchment overall shots for Comstock. As 5 seconds left once the goal kick goes into play, it'll be to halftime. Rizzolo won't even actually take it. Through 40 minutes, Comstock 1, Parchment 0, with top billing in the BCS red on the line. Back live from Comstock High School. Halftime, Comstock 1, Parchment 0. Jordan Slocum with you for JoeInsider.com. The lone goal coming early in the 12th minute. Evan Wienhuis with the assist to Alex Patoff. Unofficially, shots 9-7 Comstock. Parchment actually leading shots on goal 4-3. Corner kicks 5 for the Colts, none for the Panthers, although I'd say Comstock, even though the shots on goal are in favor of the Panthers, the possession's definitely been in favor of the Colts. A win or a draw for Comstock would make them the BCS Red champion alone, their 3rd year in a row being conference champs if they pull it off. For Parchment, if they win, they would be co-champs with Comstock, and a potential 3-way tie for that spot, depending on how Berry and Springs fares against Bridgman today. Starters this one, first for the visiting Panthers, coached by Jared Cohen. Dante Rizzolo, the starting goalkeeper. Syed Mustafa, Joseph Wilson-Stewart, Jacob Zapata, and Henry Knapp defenders. Midfield, James Gilbert, Antonio Williams, Elias Mueller, and Justin Eubank. And forwards, Nathan Gardner and Tristan Hernandez. For Comstock, coached by Justin Ansel, Logan Hicks in goal. Defenders, Kyle Mortimer, Brandon Willis, Dalton Wilkins, and Marcus Cannon. Midfield, David Thomas, Fernando Placencia, Alex Kish, and Teague Rolchen. And forwards, Alex Patoff and Evan Wienhuis. Colts at 8-6-1, Panthers at 4-9-1. Again, head to Joe Insider for everything in Kalamazoo, St. Joseph, and Cass County sports. As you can hear, it is windy, 15 to 20 miles per hour, blowing into the net, which will be defended by Comstock here in the second half. Colts going left to right in the Carolina blue, white, and black. The white and black for Parchment. Both keepers wearing a combination of blue and highlighter green. Officials in yellow as the Colts have the opening touch. And we're underway here in the second half. Comstock tapped it toward the attacking third, but 3 or 4 defenders swarming Wienhuis quickly to keep it away from him. Panthers tap it into the attacking third. The clear by Comstock goes straight up in the air. Actually ends up going backward because of the wind, too. Second effort kept on the ground by Willis. More successful clear. Inside the center circle, Patoff, defended by Eubank, and Eubank guilty of a foul. There are very few fouls called between either side. Both teams have been very clean. It's the type of thing you like to see if you're both head coaches, knowing the district tournament's coming up in 2 weeks. Free kick bounces toward the arc. It's headed away from immediate danger by the Panthers. Reclaimed at midfield by Mortimer for Comstock. Minute into the second half, 1-0 Colts. Panthers clear it, good deep clear toward the attacking third as they try to settle the ball down, bouncing back and forth off of a couple headers in the air. Sent sky high by Cannon. Wienhuis eventually able to control it in the middle of the grass, about 35 yards from the net. Taps it over to the far side for Kish. Across, looking to the 18, it gets tipped away. Parchment able to secure it over by the near edge of the box, and they'll take it out of immediate danger. Tap back the other way by Placencia. Panthers get it over by their bench and kick it into the bench for a Comstock throw-in. 1-0 in favor of the Colts through 42 minutes. Dalton Wilkins will be the one who throws it in. Throws into Thomas, middle of the grass. Rolls toward the near side, about 20 yards in the corner, slowly rolls out, and it will be a Comstock throw-in. I think the Parchment player let it go because he thought it was going to be their throw, but no luck. Thomas was going to throw it in, but instead he'll leave it for Cannon. Tossed into the box on the fly, popped up in the air by Veenhuis. 3 or 4 defenders keep it away from him. Colts get it back at the 18. Pass to the arc for Patov. Shot try from Kish gets blocked by a Panther body. And that deflects out to center. And now here come the Panthers on a counterattack. Into the attacking third goes Eubank over to the far edge of the box. 2 defenders with him. Eubank goes out of play. It'll end up being, tried to earn the corner kick, and he did. This will be the first corner of the match for the Panthers. Can they tie things up? 43 minutes in, 1-0 Comstock. Tristan Hernandez will take it over at the far corner. Parchment has not beaten Comstock since 2014 on the soccer pitch. Hernandez puts his right hand in the air. Right-footed strike, not much air on it, and popped away from the box by Parchment, or by Comstock rather. Now the Colts a counterattack. They try the through ball looking for Veenhuis. He's swarmed by 3 defenders. They whiff on the initial clear, but the numbers eventually allows them to kick it toward the far touchline. It will go out for a Comstock throw-in. Through 44 minutes, 1-0 Colts. Wind picking up again. It's in the face right now of the Comstock offense. Centered it toward the arc. Veenhuis with it there. Tries a left-footed shot. It's blocked. Too much traffic. He gets the ball back. Still has 4 or 5 defenders with him. Got a shot through, though, and scored. How in the world he got it through all those bodies is beyond me. Evan Veenhuis, second goal of the game, 38th of the year. 2-0 Comstock. Colts trying to take that BCS conference title for the 3rd straight year. And if Parchment's going to prevent that from happening, they've got to rally from a 2-goal hole. Veenhuis, an honorable mention All-State selection last year. Close to 40 goals again this year after getting 50-plus a year ago. Back underway, ball goes to the far side. Parchment keeps it from going out. Battle over at the far side. Parchment will get a throw in about 50 yards from the corner. Just about 45 minutes complete, 2-0 Comstock lead. Parchment into the attacking third. Placencia clears it out of immediate danger. Gilbert got in the way of it to keep it in range for the Panthers. And a nice steal by Parchment for Mueller, keeps it in the attacking third again. Mustafa brings it into the box over the far side. Gets tapped away from him over toward the far corner. It will go out for a Parchment throw in at the corner. (2-0 Comstock. The throw in for Parchment will come from Henry Knapp over by the far corner. They've got the wind at their back blowing into this goal. Again, about 15 to 20 miles per hour on this warm Wednesday. Off the throw-in, it gets knocked quickly out, and the throw-in becomes a corner kick for the Panthers. Hernandez will be the one who takes it. Waiting for the signal. Hand in the air from Hernandez. Here comes the right-footed strike. Popped high in the air. Over to the near corner. Parchment keeps it from going out. Mueller in the box on the near side. Heads toward the 18. 3 or 4 defenders swarming him. Retreats back toward the corner. Strong challenge knocks it off his foot. But all Comstock can do is kick it out again for another corner kick, this time on the near side. Panthers trying to get on the board, down 2-0. And after getting no corner kicks in the first half, they now have 3 here in the first 6.5 minutes of the second. Although nothing to show for it on the scoreboard. Hernandez will take it from the near side. Pops it up high in the air. Goes over everybody's head, but off of a cold out of play. Try another corner. This time on the far side. "47 minutes have been played, 2-0 Comstock. Parchment threatening though. Will the third time be the charm here for Hernandez? Back to the far side. Right-footed strike high in the air. Redirect goes over the net though from Mueller. And in the end, it'll be a goal kick. "2-0 Comstock. Again, the Colts, if they win or tie, would finish with the top spot in the BCS Red. A Parchment win, it'd be co-champions. Comstock 4-0 against league foes. Parchment and Berrien Springs both 3-1. Then Bridgman 2-2, and Brandywine and Buchanan both at 0-4. Off the goal kick, Comstock brings it to midfield. Into the attacking third on the far side, knocked high in the air. Panthers deflect it over toward their bench and clear it back to midfield. Hernandez into the center circle. Taps it forward for Mueller. Looked back for Hernandez, but David Thomas says yoink. Through ball gets blocked, so Comstock has to retreat by their bench, and they end up knocking it into the hands of Coach Cohen of Parchment. Throw in Panthers. 2-0 Comstock. Just about 49 minutes complete. Parchment gets it into the attacking third. Over to the near corner goes Elias Mueller. Mueller will get a throw in about 5 yards from the near corner. Panthers threatening over the last few minutes. Thrown into the box, headed back toward the corner by Comstock. Clear doesn't get it completely out. Second effort, though, will get it out of danger. Now Comstock brings it to midfield off possession of Rolchen. Rolchen taps it forward looking for Veenhuis. Defenders reject it. Ball at midfield, out of play. Parchment throw it. Goes out again, this time the Comstock throw it. As they will sub Torres back into the match, Fernando Torres, replacing Teague Rolchen. Just about 50 minutes in, it's a 2-0 Comstock lead. Conference rivals, also district rivals, both part of the same district. Less than 2 weeks away from the postseason here at soccer. Popped up back and forth. Battle at midfield, neither team able to secure it firmly. Goes out into the Parchment bench. After this, Comstock hosts Constantine tomorrow, and then regular season finale a week from today, hosting Coloma. For Parchment, they'll be off until next Wednesday when they travel to Loy Norix, and then they end at home against Kalamazoo Central on Thursday the 11th. Parchment gets it into the attacking third, over near the arc for Hernandez. Loose at the arc, battle back and forth. It sounded like a small child died not far from me. Sometimes that's what you get when you're outside. Didn't go in the press box today because there were a few too many wasps in the area for me to want to chance that. With the wind, it's actually not too bad outside, even with the heat, as Veenhuis gets tackled by the grass monster at center on the pass, but that leads to a Parchment takeaway. 2-0 Comstock through 51 minutes. Hernandez in the middle of the grass, tries a through ball for Mueller. Mueller at the near edge of the box. At the 18, Mueller takes it toward the arc. Knocked off his foot. Mueller takes a shot from the arc, and Hicks makes the save at the far post. I've got Hicks with 5 saves, keeping the shutout intact.
Boys, Joe and Tom, come on up here.
2-0 Comstock. 51.5 minutes played. Thomas into the attacking third, down the middle he goes for Comstock. Tries a through ball for Veenhuis. Veenhuis gets it to the far edge of the box. Stuck along the goal line, 2 defenders with him. Taps it back, popped toward the net, but over the net for a goal kick on the shot try by Kish. Haskins back in for Comstock. Brown in for Parchment. 52 minutes played, 2-0 Colts. Jordan Slocum with you again for JoeInsider.com. Again, head there for everything in Kalamazoo, St. Joseph, and Cass County sports. Next broadcast, soccer tomorrow. Gold bracket SMAC semifinal between Portage Central and Portage Northern. Goal kick to midfield. Comstock tries to get back ahead. They lose it over at the far side for a Panther throw-in. Panthers going right to left in the white and black. Colts in the Carolina blue, black and white. Panthers near the attacking third. Hernandez, 45 yards from the net in the middle of the grass. Hernandez taps it toward the arc, looking for Mustafa. They have to retreat, though. They do keep possession with Hernandez. 40 yards from the net, Hernandez takes it forward up the middle, tries the through ball, rejected by Placencia. Colts can't clear it completely away. And then Thomas got fouled from behind by Mueller, and that will end the opportunity for Parchment. Free kick Comstock. 53 of a scheduled 80 minutes complete. 2-0 Comstock leads. A windy and warm Wednesday. Feels more like one of those week 1 or week 2 matches as opposed to early October. Off the free kick, Parchment rips it back away. They come past midfield on the far side. Knapp taps it toward the far corner for Eubank. They keep it away from him, but Brown keeps it in, the attacking third, and Parchment gets a throw in about 30 yards from the corner on the far side. Thrown in and kicked right back out. That one sails into the parking lot. Thrown back in for Parchment. Over the far side, Eubank knocked off his foot, and yet another throw in, inching their way closer to that corner. Now they're about 25 yards away. Henry Knapp will throw it in. Knocked back out again, and now they're about 10 yards from the corner. Flung into play, over by the goal line. It will go out off the throw-in for a goal kick. So all that effort and not even a shot try out of it. As Sam Rabick will come in for the first time for Comstock, replacing Placencia. 55 minutes played, 2-0 Comstock. As mentioned, these teams both part of District 34 coming up in under 2 weeks. First round game for Comstock will be at Paw Paw, who's currently in the middle of the Wolverine Conference standings. And for Parchment, they will host Fenville. Fenville among the top of the SAC standings. As Comstock off the goal kick, they get to midfield. Nice footwork by the freshman from Bulgaria, Patov. Gives it off to Thomas, 50 yards from the net. Back to Patov, down the middle. Pops it forward, over for Rabick. He pops it into the box looking for Veenheitz at the penalty spot. The defender got in the way, and Parchment able to clear. If the Panthers win their district game against Fenville, they'd have to take on either Allegan or South Haven. South Haven hosting the semifinals and final. If Comstock got by Paw Paw, they'd have to go against either Otsego or Delton Kellogg. Right now, I'd say I'd probably mark Otsego as the overall favorite of those 8 teams. But postseason time, you never quite know what's going to happen. Otsego battling among the top of the Wolverine standings. Comstock pops it into the attacking third over toward the near corner. Just outside the box at the 18, and it's cleared out of immediate danger by Wilson Stewart. Placencia gets it back, though, just outside the arc. Knocks it over to the far edge of the box. Panthers kick it out, so Comstock gets the throw in about 10 yards or so from the far corner. 2-0 Colts. Just about 57 minutes have been played. Cannon will throw it in from the far corner. Flings it all the way toward the post, looking for Veenhuis. It's loose in front of the net. Rizzolo able to get in the way and clear it out to the 18. Comstock reclaims possession at the far side. Popped up toward the penalty spot. Pinballs around. Veenhuis tries to settle down. He shoots and he scores. The hat trick for Evan Veenhuis. With 22:50 to go, it is 3-0 Comstock. That's now 39 goals on the year for the senior Veenhuis. Again, 22:50 remains as Parchment will put it back into play. Big rivalry week for these two schools. Volleyball also facing off here on this Wednesday at Comstock. That volleyball varsity getting close to underway, if it's not underway already. Then these teams will meet in football on Friday here at this same field here at Comstock. Back underway, and Comstock quickly reclaims the ball at midfield. It'll go out for a Colt throw-in. It was 1-0 at halftime off the 12th minute goal by Veenhuis. He's added two more in the 45th and 58th minutes for the 3-0 lead. It's this group of Colts seniors trying to stay unbeaten against Parchment in their varsity soccer careers. They're 3-0. And a win today would get them a 4-0 finish, barring a district rematch. Again, if they were to have a rematch in the district tournament, it would have to be in the district final. Easier said than done, as a hard foul by Mueller will give Comstock a free kick at midfield, and Mueller will get a yellow card. So he'll have to come off. First yellow card of the game. Really very few fouls in general. It's been a pretty clean contest on both sides, as Coach Cohen has his hands outstretched as if to say, why'd you give my guy a yellow? Cohen will have to come out, though, to serve, and Gilbert will come in his place. Wind picking up again. Comstock, free kick from midfield. Over to the far edge of the box. Veenhuis tries to corral it. Parchment able to take it away, though, and bring it back toward midfield. 3-0 Comstock, just about midway through the second half. Good steal back away, but Knapp able to clear it back to midfield for the Panthers. Comstock's controlled possession throughout, but when Parchment's had opportunities, twice they've had about a 3 or 4 minute blitz where they had all of their opportunities. The shots are actually fairly close because of that, but overall possession's definitely been lopsided in favor of the Colts, and it does show on the scoreboard 3-0. Ball goes out into the Panther bench for a Comstock throw-in. Thrown in. Veenhuis in the middle of the turf. 30 yards from the net. They try a cross, nobody there. Back to Patoff near the arc. Veenhuis tries a bicycle kick, popped up to the near corner, but it goes just wide of the net for a goal kick. We're now 60 minutes complete. Again, join us tomorrow. Gold Bracket SMAC Tournament semifinal, Portage Central and Portage Northern. Then on Tuesday, we will have the tournament championship, winner of that against either Gull Lake or Matawan. Friday high school football, I have Portage Northern and Battle Creek Central. We'll also have Edwardsburg and Three Rivers. And then Monday, boys soccer with Hackett Catholic and Fenville. Winner of that one likely taking first place in the SAC. It's among the action coming up in the next couple days here from JoeInsider.com. Panthers at midfield. Hernandez crosses the center line. His teammates in the white and black. His through ball gets rejected off the face of Patoff. Thomas will get it back for Comstock right at midfield at the near touchline. Thomas ahead to Veenhuis. Down the middle of the grass he goes. Veenhuis 30 yards from the net, takes it to the arc, takes it to the box over to the far side. Two defenders swarm him. He goes to the goal line. Keeps the ball. Still battling with two defenders. Now Wienheist gets a little bit of help. Over the far edge of the box, legs get tangled up, and that allows Knapp to clear it out of immediate danger. Ball gets popped up over toward the parking lot. Stays in play, though. Panthers finally knock it back to midfield. 3-0 Comstock, 18 minutes remain here in the second half. Throw in at midfield for the Colts. Other soccer going on right now. Paw Paw with a 2-0 lead on Allegan at Edwardsburg on top of Three Rivers 4-1. Some Wolverine Conference action going on this Wednesday. Comstock gets it down the middle. To the arc goes Patoff, knocked off his foot. And then misfire from Rolchin on a shot will lead to a goal kick. Jordan Slocum with you, joeinsider.com. You can follow me on Twitter at Jordan Slocum, Facebook and Instagram at Slocum Sports. Overall shots, I have 19-6 in favor of Comstock, but shots on goal 6-5. 7-2 the shots in the second half, and 3-1 for SOG. Unofficial numbers, of course. Battle at midfield. Comstock gets it back. 17 minutes left. 3-0 Colts. Comstock boots it into the attacking third, but nobody there in the light blue, and Parchment will clear it back to midfield. Panthers now. Down the middle of the grass they go, trying to get a through ball to Gilbert. Comstock pops it over in front of the bench. It will go out into the bench for Parchment throw-in. Tossed into Geegan Bolter. Bolter takes it over to the near corner for the Panthers. Into the box he goes, and his centering pass is a misfire, which will go out for a goal kick. Jeff Koss will come in, sophomore for Comstock. And Syed Mustafa back in for Parchment. 64 minutes have been played. 3-0 Comstock. Wind still blowing in the face of the Comstock attackers, 10 to 20 miles per hour. Mid to lower 80s and sunny here on this Wednesday. Off the goal kick, Parchment takes it back. Hernandez pops it into the box from 35 yards out to the far edge. Parchment couldn't keep it from going out the goal line, and it ends up being another goal kick. Because all Knapp can do is smack his hands on the grass in frustration. Nice crowd here on this Wednesday. It's part of a big rivalry week between the Panthers and the Colts. As mentioned, volleyball going on today as well here at Comstock between these two. And football on Friday. Again, that'll be hosted by Comstock. 3-0 the score here. 65 minutes have been played. At midfield come the Colts. Wienheist centers it. Into the attacking third comes Thomas. Over at the near side of the box, Thomas takes it to the touch line. Now Thomas goes along the goal line, tries a cross just over the head of Wienheist, looking for the header. Kept in, though, by Koss over at the far side. It'll be tapped out by the Panthers. Thrown in, tipped over to the arc. Wienheist behind the back pass. Thomas has a wide open shot to the far post. Didn't get all of it. Saved by Rizzolo. Rebound score. The goal for Koss. 4-0. The initial shot, Thomas had an open look. Didn't get all of it. Rizzolo had a nice save, but Waiting for the rebound was the sophomore Jeff Koss, and it's 4-0 Colts with 13:59 remaining. And Comstock seems well on their way to their third consecutive BCS league title.
Goal scored by number 11, Jeff Koss.
And for the sophomore Koss, his second goal of the year. 4-0. Back underway. Parchment knocks it forward a long way over by the far corner. Colts try to box him out to get the goal kick. Parchment able to just keep it in, though, at the corner. I thought that rolled out, but obviously they've got a better view than me. Centering pass, and Parchment will tap it in for a goal. Mustafa got it. Parchment saying we're not done yet. 4-1. Just a very, very light tap, enough to roll it at that far post and in for Syed Mustafa, the sophomore. And that goal comes with 13:35, 24 seconds later. 4-1. But obviously still a big hole to climb out of if Parchment wants to stay in this. Parchment at 4-9-1 on the year. Comstock 8-6-1. As mentioned earlier, both of these teams in the same district, although they would have to both get to the district final to meet again. Parchment steals it away at midfield, and they'll get a throw in on the edge of the attacking third as they try to amp up the pressure and stay in this match. Over toward the far corner to the far edge of the box, Eubank looks to earn in the corner kick, and he did. Panthers have had 5 corners all in this second half. 12:50 remains, 4-1 Comstock. Both teams have had 5 corners, neither have scored on one of them. Hernandez will take it from the far side. Pops it up high in the air. Hicks deflects it, he gets knocked over. A lot of traffic at the far post. Bodies hitting the floor. Eventually Hicks ends up on top of it. Hard to get a shot off when you had 9 or 10 guys all within that tight of a radius. It stays a 4-1 Comstock lead, and they boot it to midfield. Now Veenhuis into the attacking third. He takes it to the arc. Knocked off his foot. He gets it back near the penalty spot. 2 defenders right in front of him, and eventually it is knocked free by Nathan Gardner, who prevents a shot try. 68 minutes played, 4-1 Comstock leads. It was a 1-0 lead for the Colts at halftime. 3 Veenhuis goals and then 1 by Koss. The lone Parchment goal by Mustafa. Ball goes out at midfield for a Comstock throw-in. Thrown in by Cannon. Rolled to the arc, but it's cleared away there by Ryle. Comstock will get a throw-in, though, on the edge of their defensive third at the far side as R.J. Baker will check in for the Colts. Baker wearing bright yellow shoes, which make him a bit easier to spot. His teammates in the Carolina blue, white, and black. Just white and black for Parchment. Both keepers in a combo of highlighter green and blue. Officials in yellow here on this sunny Wednesday evening. Just about to 6:30. Comstock boots it into the attacking third, but they'll lose it at the Parchment bench. 4-1 Colts. 59 minutes, or check that, 69 minutes have been played. Math is hard. Knapp will bring it to center for the Panthers. Taps it into the attacking third. But a handball will go against Parchment, so Comstock the free kick. Booted forward. Panthers pick it up quickly, though, and knock it back to the Comstock defensive third. Colts reclaim possession. Under 10 minutes remain. 4-1 Comstock, trying to hold on to secure a conference crown. Over at the far side, past midfield comes Patov. Now Wienhuis. Popped up to the far edge of the box, knocked out of play for a corner kick. First corner of the second half for Comstock. They had 5 in the first half. Placencia will be the one who takes it. Placencia pops it high in the air toward the arc, bounces once. Thomas misfires on a shot. Then Wienhuis tried to do a behind the back shot as it rolled to him, but he didn't get all of it either. Ends up being a goal kick.
Substitution for the Panthers, number 2, James Gilbert.
Under 9 minutes remain, a 4-1 Comstock lead. Again, for the Colts, they have 2 more home games left in the regular season. Tomorrow they take on a Constantine squad that's in their first year of varsity competition. And then next Wednesday, Coloma for their regular season finale. Ball goes out at midfield for a Colt throw-in off the goal kick. Panthers off until next Wednesday, trip to Loy Norix, and then they end at home the following night against Kalamazoo Central. 2 very tough SMAC teams to face off with to end the season. Ball goes out at midfield again. This time it's a throw-in for Parchment on the near side, and Hunter De Leon, I think, is going to get a yellow card as he got in the way of the throw-in by Mueller. I don't think he meant to, but he'll get a stern talking to. No card, though. 4-1 your score. 7.5 minutes remain. Parchment in the attacking third. Ball pinballs into the box, deflects over to the far edge, but Hicks will get to it before anybody can in white. Mentioned the upcoming schedule. After that, it is district play for both sides. Parchment has to play Fenville. They'll host them on Monday the 15th. Comstock a trip to Paw Paw for their first round playoff game. Off the goal kick, Panthers back in the attacking third. Over at the far edge of the box, tipped into the far corner, just stays in play. Eubank tries to center it, but Patov able to tap it free. It'll go out. It will be a throw-in, though, for Parchment, about 20 yards from the corner. 6:40 remains. 4-1 Colts. Throw-in comes to Eubank. Knapp now puts it into the box. Shot from Hernandez gets blocked by Mortimer. Panthers try to center it again. Hernandez at the arc, pops it up in the air. Then gets crossed up and misses the shot and ends up falling on his back. Parchment has to retreat, but they do keep possession. Knapp tries a shot from about 30 yards out. That deflects off of a blue shirt. Over at the far edge of the box, Hernandez back with it. He tries a cross, and it just stays in. Nope, it went out. Hit off of the crossbar, and it will be a goal kick.
Substitution for the Colts, number 15, Dominic Footy. And for the Panthers,
74 minutes have been played. 4-1 your score in favor of Comstock. 1-0 at halftime. Colts getting 3 goals from Evan Wienhuis and 1 from Jeff Koss. Syed Mustafa, the goal for Parchment. Again, head online to joeinsider.com for everything in Kalamazoo, St. Joseph, and Cass County sports. Later tonight, we'll have the replay and the recap from this one. And you can check out previews for the upcoming broadcasts tomorrow and Friday. Goes out at midfield. Parchment will throw it in. Knocked back out again, farther down the line. Another throw in for the Panthers. Flung into play over at the far edge of the box. Cross from Parchment, gets deflected back to the corner. Knapp tries another cross, goes over everybody's head, rolls slowly to the near edge of the box, rolls out of play, and it will be a Comstock throw-in. 4.5 minutes remain. First goal coming in the 12th minute by Veenhuis. He got his second in the 45th and his third in the 58th. Then Koss's goal came in the 67th minute, as did the Parchment goal about 25 seconds later. Parchment steals it off the throw-in, so they stay in the attacking third. Shot try, nice save by Hicks at the far post on the shot by Knapp. I have Hicks with 6 saves in this game. Solid performance from the sophomore goalkeeper, who was thrust into that starting role last year as a freshman. And he's the type of player that Coach Ansel's going to be happy to have for the next 2 years, patrolling the pipes, especially considering how many seniors they will lose from next year's team. A lot of good players playing their final varsity season this year. 3.5 minutes remain, 4-1 Comstock. For Parchment, they've got a lot of young players in the lineup, only 4 seniors. Ball at midfield, down to 3:20 remains. Neither team able to really secure it at center. Comstock tries to change that. Now here they come into the attacking third. Veenhuis has it 30 yards from the net, middle of the grass, gets around one defender, takes a shot from the arc, and sails it well through the football uprights. And even Veenhuis puts his hands up as to say, it's good. Now Veenhuis is the kicker on the football team, so they want him to do that on Friday night. These teams will face off on this field Friday night on the gridiron. Comstock 2-4. If they can get a win on Friday, it'd be their first 3-win season in a long while. Parchment's really struggled this year for football. They're 0-6, hoping to break the donut on Friday. 2.5 minutes remain here, 4-1 Comstock leads. Parchment into the attacking third. Knapp through ball to Hernandez. Hernandez at the near edge of the box, one defender with him. Hernandez goes to the corner, goes out off of Comstock. I don't think it's a corner kick, though. I think it's a throw-in at the corner. 2 minutes remain as Haskins back in for Comstock. And Ryle will check in along with Whiteside for Parchment. So barring a wild comeback, Comstock will finish 5-0 in the BCS Red standings and claim the conference crown for the 3rd consecutive year. Parchment will finish 3-2. Throw in, gets deflected to the goal line off of a Panther and ends up being a goal kick. Parchment will fall to 4-10-1 overall, and Comstock to 9-6-1. Minute 20 remains. As mentioned, Comstock back in action tomorrow, hosting Constantine, and then the regular season finale back here a week from today against Coloma. Parchment off until next Wednesday at Loy Norix, and then their regular season finale that following Thursday against Kalamazoo Central. Throw in for Comstock, final minute. Again, these teams both in the same district. First district game for both on Monday, October 15th. For Comstock, they have to travel to Paw Paw for that first game. Parchment, they actually will host Fenville. And then the semifinals and final, if they advance to that point, for both would be at South Haven. Ball at midfield. 20 seconds remain. Comstock, one last little rush here for Baker. 15 seconds to go. Gets a centering pass to Haskins at the far edge of the box. Now Baker gets it back. Haskins at the far edge. Tries a centering pass, popped away. Pass toward the arc, and Parchment will prevent a shot try, and that'll end the game. But it's a victory for Comstock and a third consecutive BCS Red Division Championship. Colts win 4-1. 5-0 finish in the league standings and a record of 9-6-1 overall. Parchment to 4-10-1. And again, 3 of the goals for the Colts from Evan Veenheis, the other from Jeff Koss and Syed Mustafa, the lone Panther goal. Head online to joeinsider.com. We'll have the audio replay and the recap posted later tonight, along with everything else going on in Kalamazoo, St. Joseph, and Cass County sports. It's been a presentation of joeinsider.com. We'll talk to you again in a little while.